You know how you like have an area and you look at it and you're like, I don't love that, but you're not quite sure why. I finally figured out why, and I'm gonna fix it. Let me show you why. So this is the walkway that goes up and it splits up to the potting tree house or back over down to the other end of the yard. And this area here gets full of weeds all the time. So stuff really likes to grow there. And I'm like, well, if the weeds like it, then plants should like it. So I'm just going to kind of redo my little triangle up there. And it's a good thing I hadn't potted those grasses yet, because this will affect them. So I'm going to extend the line. See how it kind of curves over, and then this section is wider than that. So I'm just going to extend them out and actually bring it up to a point right here, which will narrow this piece of the trail, but give me more planting area. And then I'm also working around in here. There's a lot of weeds coming up, and I've just been pulling some of them out. But you don't have to watch me do that. I mean, that would not be fun. So I'm going to work on this, and then I'll be back to show you what it looks like afterward. Meanwhile, here's my sky. Yuck. If you look right there, there's a tiny bit of blue sky. So I know it's up there. I know it's there. But yuck. I do not like overcast, cloudy days. Try again. Y'all, it feels so good to have a shovel in my hands again and to be digging things up and moving them around like you know I love to do. And yes, I'm taking it easy on my foot. And I've only moved like 2 or 3 of the border grass plants, and it's exactly what that area needed. Let me go show you. I mean, you can see the difference already, can't you? Like, it's a perfect split right there, like a letter Y. And the trails going off are now the same width, but yet look at how much more gardening space I have in this little section here. It used to end at the end of the post there, but now it ends up here, and all in between there now I can plant things, and oh, do I have ideas. All right, I'll be back for another check-in in a little bit. Y'all, I can't tell you what a difference it makes just moving a couple things around in your garden. There's nothing new, just moving some things around, making it look fresh. It kind of gets you a little energized. Like, that's my kind of exercise. I just feel so mentally good right now, and all I've been doing is digging up a few things and moving them. And you know, my foot thing. Like, if it's broken, it's a stress fracture. And you know what stress fractures are? They're an athletic injury. Athletes get them, like runners. So, that's my husband starting a truck. He's going to Publix. He goes and gets groceries for us so I can play in the garden. Isn't that the best? He's the best. Okay, well, back to what I was saying. It's a stress fracture, and it's an athletic injury. So apparently, I am a gardening athlete. I mean, we all knew it all along, right? But the fractured foot just proves it. It's proof right there that gardening is an athletic event. Okay, back on task. So one of the things that I love to do to my little trails here, especially if there's like a lot of weeds coming up, I'll just dig it up and flip it, and it kind of buries the weeds, and then it makes fresh dirt on the trail, which I love. And I love walking through it when it's freshly turned and your feet are like in the fresh dirt. So I'm going to show you what I mean, and you're probably in the video going to get to see my lovely footwear. And I am not wearing my walking boot, And y'all are not gonna tell on me because I hate that thing. And I'm doing all right, so just no sass about that. But you can sass me on my footwear, which I'm still wearing these pink sandals that I love. And I think they're still linked down in my Amazon affiliate link. So, if you fall in love with my footwear, well, use my link and go order yourself a pair. All right, here, I'm gonna go show you what I'm up to. So you can see I've already done some of it here and turned and flipped it, and all those weeds that were here earlier are now buried. Sometimes when I flip it, the weeds come up loose and I just pick them up and throw them in the trash. So this line down here has a lot of leaves, but it's also got some weeds down there. So I'll go flip some of that, and then you can see. And let me tell you something else. Flipping this is good ab work. Doesn't use my foot at all. Like, I don't put my foot, I just use my arm and upper body strength to dig in and flip. So considering now that gardening is an athletic event, well, this is a great ab work when you turn and flip the soil. And you just have to remember to switch sides, like to the left, to the right, so you work both sides of your abs equally. And then it's a good workout for your arms and shoulders too. So there we go. There you go, gardening athletes. There you go. A new move for you. Okay, I'm going to go dig. You're going to watch. Sometimes when I pull up a big weed like this, I'll just grab the weeds and pull them out. They come out so easily that way. And then you just dump the dirt. And it just kind of freshens up the whole walkway. Yeah, I really, really love the progress that I have made. It's such a difference. Just, if you're like feeling, I don't know, just kind of like same old in your garden, just start moving stuff. Just start moving stuff. Okay, so here's where we are. I'm still going to get the rake and rake through the pathways because they're kind of lumpy, and we wouldn't want anyone to injure their foot or anything while walking through here. And I planted the tall grasses in a straight row across the back. So this whole little triangle is now open. Y'all, I have decided to not be me and not just willy-nilly put something in there, but I'm going to be thoughtful and mindful about it because it's a great space. It gets shade, a little bit of sun, like filtered sun. So I have to think about it, and I want to put something native in there. And then maybe some seeds, like, we can throw zinnia seeds everywhere, right? So let me think about it, and we'll come back to that later. So I'm just gonna go rake out my walkways, and then this area will be cleaned up for the moment, and I'll come up with something fabulous to do with that space. I have a feeling Ray's gonna do something fabulous. Is she gonna dig a hole? What do you think? Do you think she's going to start digging a hole? No, she's leaving. She's leaving. Okay. No hole digging right now. She must know I was filming her. All right. I'll check back in a little bit. So remember how I had this wood like that right there wrapped all the way around my split leaf? Well, when we had to cover the plants for the freeze, I used all that wood to weigh down the plastic covers, and I kind of like the space it opened up in here, but I still want to put a barrier down. So some of the wood is laying on its side, like right here, and I kind of like it like that. So I think I'm just gonna do like a straight row, but push it back more. So the walkway will still be here, but there will be a border, and it'll help keep all of this stuff from encroaching over into the walkway. Look what's come out. My blue sky. And not only that, my monarch is back from yesterday. As soon as the sun came out, it came swooping down. It says it is time for some nectar. All right, so there we go. My little wall is laid and the trail is definitely wider. And I think I've got these 3 little clay pots of salvias down here. I think I'm gonna move them, put them right there, just to kind of block some of the ugly that's back behind there, my bird bath.